Poke Nerds, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Today we are talking my 3 favorite booster boxes to add to the sealed collection right now, Wednesday, August 6, 2025. This isn't really about investing. It's really about adding to a sealed collection, or maybe even, buying these booster boxes to rip. These are 3 of the most affordable booster boxes on the market right now, but I think that they're also stacked with good cards and also have been on the market long enough or are at a price point where you can feel comfortable either adding it to your sealed collection or actually going out and ripping some of these, having a good time if you are so inclined to rip booster boxes open. Obviously, you are much more likely to lose a lot of money opening Pokemon booster packs, booster boxes, ETBs, etc. If you're talking about growing your collection from a monetary standpoint, you want to sit on these things and not open them up. I have dabbled on both sides. I've opened a lot of booster boxes in my day. I've also bought some and been able to sell them down the road to help move my family, to help grow my collection, different things. Everybody's got a place in this hobby, in my opinion, except for the scalpers. So that's the little preface there to this show, to this video here. But we're going to go ahead and dive into my top 3 favorite booster boxes to get in on right now. And we will start it off with Battle Styles. Battle Styles is a set that you look at it now, it's already 4 years old. I remember when this came out, opening up quite a bit of Battle Styles. I never pulled the Tyranitar or the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, which is my favorite Urshifu from this set, or the Empoleon V, but I did pull the Rapid Strike Urshifu V. I pulled the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX Alt-Art, and this was the first Alt-Art set. We're talking about a set that is 4 years old, Sword and Shield, getting close to 4.5 years old now, but the original Alt-Art set from Sword and Shield. This is the one that kicked off Sword and Shield actually being a great era of Pokemon cards, a great block. Before Battle Styles, Sword and Shield was putting out straight trash. Like, seriously, it absolutely was. But this box can now be purchased right now. And again, every single sealed product has gone up greatly in the last 6 months. Every single one, right? Yeah. 6 months ago, you could have got this for $163. So, if you're worrying about that, just don't buy anything right now. Don't buy anything in the bull market. I don't think Battle Styles is ever going to see a major dip again. I think being 4 years old and being about $215 is reasonable. I think it's very reasonable. And again, I think you look at the set. The Sleepy Tyranitar Alt-Art, really cool card. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX Alt-Art, really cool card. Empoleon V Alt-Art, really cool card. Training with Mienfoo and all the other Pokemon. And then you've got the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX Alt-Art, badass card. Reminds me a lot of that Charizard VMAX as well. You've got a nice Mimikyu full art. You've got the Shiny Houndoom, and then you've also got the Alt-Art Urshifu V Rapid Strike and Single Strike. Those are the big hits here. Full art Phoebe, not a bad card either. You've got plenty of rainbow rares, which, the early Scarlet and Violet was filled with rainbow rares. Some decent full arts throughout. You've got gold cards that hit. To me, this is not an argument about is Battle Styles in the same class as some of the other Alt-Art sets from Sword and Shield. No, it's not. But it is 4 years old. Not a lot of product available when it comes to Battle Styles now. You're not getting reprints at this point, right? It's a very good set in the grand scheme of Pokemon sets. It's the first Alt-Art set. It's over 4 years old. To me, this is a value. This set is a value, bottom line. I don't think there's much argument there. Next one up is the Scarlet and Violet base set booster box. It's about $220. And, again, if you bought this 6 months ago, it was $150. A year ago, it was like $100, $90, right? So yes, anything that we're going to talk about today would have been a better buy a year ago. But at $220, looking at Scarlet and Violet base set booster box, which getting close to 2.5 years old. I don't think you're going to see reprints of this booster box at all, quite frankly. And booster boxes, base set booster boxes, look, every booster box has done well long term, period. But base set booster boxes, even though base sets are traditionally not very strong, perform very well sealed. The Scarlet and Violet base set is the best base set that we had seen up to that point in the mid to modern era of Pokemon by far. The Gardevoir connected art line, where you've got the Ralts evolving into Curlia, evolving into Gardevoir with the same family, the family growing up. It's an unbelievable story that's being told. This is the best base set that we've seen in a long time. Now, the Mega base set, Mega Evolution base set, obviously going to be challenging that ranking for Scarlet and Violet base set at the top. But you've got the introduction of special illustration rares, in which you have Gardevoir, you have Miraidon and Koraidon. I think both of those cards are lovely. I personally love the Miraidon. You've got several other special illustration rares, some that are underrated. I think the Great Tusk is a really nice special illustration rare. I also like the Iron Treads. And again, tons of really cool illustration rare cards, good hit rates. It's a fun set to open. It's a fun set to collect. You've got the Miriam special illustration rare trainer card, which is one of the more unique looking trainer SIRs from the Scarlet and Violet era. So there's a lot going for this, and some of my favorite illustration rares. I know Drowsy had that insane, whatever you want to call it, pump, market manipulation. It was up to a ridiculous price point, but Drowsy is, I've always said it's a really unique art. It absolutely is. But the Riolu, the Armarouge, Pachirisu, very cute. I think the Dondozo is an underrated card. The list goes on and on. There's some very nice ones. You've got a Penny special illustration rare. Obviously, if you play the games, Penny, Professor's Research, these are going to be cool cards to have in your collection. Mabostiff and Arven, huge parts of the game. I'm not arguing that this is one of the best Scarlet and Violet sets, but it is one of the best base sets of all time. Base sets perform very well, sealed, long term, and this set is over almost 2.5 years old. So definitely think that it is a good value at the moment. And the final one is actually ultra modern. It's Journey Together. And on TCG Player, there's some caveats here. Journey Together, March 27th, 2025 release date. So it is basically brand new. Less than half a year old. This set on TCG Player is listed at $220, and that looks like about what it is. If you go to Walmart, you look at Forge and Fire's listing, it is at $200. It has been at $200 for a long time. There's even been times where you could get it for like $175, $185 on Walmart.com. Now, the issue here is Forge and Fire's reputation, not the best. And I personally, buying through the Forge and Fire seller at Walmart, have had good experiences. I've bought Surging Sparks booster boxes for $200. I've bought Journey Together booster boxes for $185. But one of my good buddies, who is a member of this channel, shout out to him, he bought a Journey Together booster box from Forge and Fire at Walmart, and it came with a big old tear, and reached out to Forge and Fire and reached out to Walmart, and they wouldn't do anything for him. So that is pretty sketchy, pretty unfortunate. Proceed at your own risk type of deal if you're trying to keep this thing sealed. If you're trying to rip it, $200 is as good as you're going to get. And Journey Together is a really good set. It gets, kind of shit on, for lack of a better word, by a lot of people, because you had Prismatic with all your crazy special illustration rares. You had Surging Sparks, which was an awesome, mainline set. Destined Rivals, the most hyped mainline set probably ever. And then you've got Journey Together in the middle of all of it. And I'm not going to sit here and argue that it's as good as Destined Rivals, but it's fun to open. The hit rates are pretty favorable. I think your special illustration rare cards are really cool. Lily's Clefairy, Salamence, Iono's Bellybolt, and Zoroark, Hobzacian. The only special illustration rare I'm really not a big fan of is the Volcanion, even though I do love the artist, but just not my favorite Pokemon. And then you've got a lot of really, really good illustration rares in this set. Articuno, Reshiram, En's Reshiram, Wailord, Lily's Rabombi. The list goes on and on. I'm a huge Noivern and Noibat fan, so I obviously love that one. But you've also got the full art cards hit a good bit better than a lot of the full arts throughout the Sword and Shield era, because you've got the Pokemon up front, you've got the trainer in the back, you've got full art gold cards, you've got standard full art cards. They both look really nice. This set is going to age very well. And this is a little speculation on my part. It's possible that Journey Together does not see as much printing moving forward as Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions, Destined Rivals, the Mega Block coming up. It's not as in demand. If Pokemon is smart, they probably won't be printing as much Journey Together because they want their product to sell. They want to sell, right? What's selling? The other sets we talked about. Surging, Prismatic, again, Mega, Destined Rivals, Black Bolt, White Flare. Although I think Black Bolt, White Flare, it's not a mainline set, so it doesn't have the booster boxes, but we'll see how that performs long term. Bottom line is Journey Together at $200 is a value. At $220, I think you're starting to get in a range where it's like, well, if you could buy Journey Together for $220, why not just spend $20 more on Surging Sparks? I think when you're talking about $200 Journey Together at Walmart versus $240 to $250 for Surging Sparks, that is a very big gap. If you're only talking about a $20 gap versus a $40 to $50 gap, that's a pretty big difference. And if you're talking about a $200 booster box, that's less than 20% over MSRP. $240, $250 booster box, you're again getting up there in terms of the percentage over MSRP. I think that Surging Sparks is going to get printed a lot. I don't know how much that's going to impact the price. I still think there are going to be dips in the late stage Scarlet and Violet era moving forward. I think Journey Together could dip. I really do. I think it could get close to MSRP if they print a lot more of it. Will they? I don't know. I think they'd be smart to not focus on Journey Together. And again, to focus on, if you're just talking about printing more booster boxes, you need to be printing Surging Sparks, Destined Rivals. Obviously, they need to be printing Mega into the ground, the Mega Evolution set. So that's just kind of my takes on some decent value booster boxes. Journey Together with the caveat of getting at $200 is much better than getting at $220. I know it's only a $20 difference, but you talk about it at $220, and again, then you're getting really close to the Surging Sparks territory. That's my take on some decent booster boxes right now. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out our channel membership. We are doing our first channel member giveaway this Friday, August 8th. The giveaway will feature the Pikachu EX Hyper Rare Gold card from Surging Sparks, which we just talked about. It's also going to have Steven's Rival Battle Deck, Marnie's Rival Battle Deck. Both of those Rival Battle Decks include really cool illustration rares. So one of our members, and it's only $2.99 per month, is going to be winning all three of those items this Friday. Membership comes with some other cool perks as well, different emojis, member badges. You can connect with me on social media, communicate with me anytime about Pokemon related topics. And then you also have the opportunity every single week to win the member exclusive giveaway. And I'll go ahead and announce the second one. If I can find it here. Yep. The second one for the following week is going to be the Pikachu Secret Rare from Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith, if you don't know, is my favorite set to open and to collect. I've master set the entire Galarian Gallery. I love Crown Zenith. happy to share the love with some of y'all. This Pikachu is really interesting because it's a secret rare for one. It's not part of the Galarian Gallery, and it's actually a textured yellow border card. You don't see a lot of those. So a lot of fun. Excited to share the love with that. And obviously you've got an unbelievable amount of Pokemon on here. Zacian, Urshifu, Calyrex, Inteleon, Hisuian, Zoroark, Crobat. The list goes on and on. Love that card. Happy to share it with one of y'all. Again, that will be the giveaway for next week. Go check out the channel membership in the description below. And thank you so much for being here. Y'all have a good one.